Hello again, everybody, and thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. Today, we are going to do a review and demo of this Jackson Dinky guitar right here. But before we get into the review itself and the demo, just a couple of little things that I wanted to go over. Please, if you like the content that you see on the channel, please take a moment to like and subscribe. I do have a goal of reaching 500 subscribers by the end of the year, and thanks to you guys, I'm up to 480 already. Really appreciate that. It'd be great if I could make that goal for 2024, so if you could help me out, be greatly appreciated. Last but not least, before we get into the business of this guitar, I've had a bunch of people contact me asking where I've been getting these tapestries that are hanging in the background over here. And I'm not sponsored by these guys. They are just, it's a small little company called X-Ray Art. That's XRAEART.com. The two people that run the company, Ruby and Math, are just absolutely fantastic people. So if you have an opportunity to go check out their store or whatever online, you can check them out. Again, it's XRAE ART.com. Don't tell them you heard anything from me, because it's not going to get you anything for free or any discount, but it's an awesome place, awesome people with really fun merchandise over there. So I just thought I'd mention that. Now that we got done with the business, let's start to get to this review and demo of this Jackson Dinky guitar that I have here. So today I'm going to do the review like I have been doing most of my reviews lately, starting straight up at the top, working my way to the bottom, and reviewing different parts of the guitar. I don't know all the specs of this guitar, because when I purchased this 2.5 years ago, I bought it for about $230 from Guitar Center. It was really a gateway instrument for me, because before that I wasn't playing guitar for 20 years. I had this gap. I decided to start playing again, primarily for my own mental health and enjoyment, and a lot of things have taken off. So as when I purchased this then, I really had to relearn a whole lot of things. With that said, I do have more experience and knowledge now than I did 2.5 years ago. So let's get on with this review. Let's start at the top right now with our tuners. If I want to get to aesthetics, the guitar does look really good with a nice Strat body, and it does have nice headstock shape to it as well. However, the tuners themselves are absolute crap. If I was going to give this the tuners a rating, I would give them a D to a D-. There is a lot of play in these tuners, and they're just not very good. And this little set of tuners here is a disappointment. The good news about tuners is they're easily replaceable. I haven't replaced the tuners. Instead, I've bought a lot of other guitars instead. These tuners do have the Jackson name on them. Jackson is a great company. They make great guitars. It's a shame that their name is on these tuners, even if they were made in China or whatever, because the guitar was made in China, that their good name is on these crappy tuners. But I guess things that happen. Now, if I move going down the guitar here, if we focus on the neck has a nice, comfortable feel to it. It's not personally my favorite style of neck, but that becomes a personal preference. The neck, the fretboard, they both feel absolutely fine. But what gets an A+ without a doubt, this is absolutely unbelievable to me, is the fretwork that is on this guitar. This is so smooth, so nice, no frets protruding out, sticking out. I mean, this is the type of fretwork you would expect on a higher end guitar. So although this is made in China and whatnot, it's still a Jackson guitar. Jackson really hit it out of the park with the fretwork on this guitar, and the actions rate lay really nicely as well. If I move down the guitar just a little bit more, we get to the pickups here, which are stock Jackson pickups. They are absolutely not the greatest pickups in the world by any stretch of the imagination, but I'll tell you what, they do the job. They do the job well. I keep this guitar to a E-flat tuning, so you know, again, these pickups, they do the job. Not much to say about them. I don't want to rave about them. It's not going to, you know, bust open your world sonically, but they'll get the job done. And for $230 or so, if that was in that price range, you really can't ask for that much more. Another areas where they really hit it out of the park on this guitar is our volume and tone knobs. Besides having a good volume and tone, and they work very well, the tightness of the knob and the nice grips on the knobs themselves is fantastic. These feel like a more expensive pot and knob system that's in there. and just really well. Nothing loose, and they just have a great tight feeling. You really feel like you have control over the tone and the knob, which is great. And you're playing, you want to turn down and bring it back up real fast. It's great stuff, without a doubt. The other area where they really hit it home run again is on this three-way blade for the pickups. The electronics, along with the knobs themselves, make no noise whatsoever. So I turn this guitar on, right, and you can see when I'm moving the volume knob, no noise. When I'm moving the tone knob, absolutely no noise whatsoever. It doesn't get any better than that as far as silence in the electronics. And the blade, no hum, no nothing. So pretty good. No complaints. Now we'll get to the areas where I have a lot of issues with. I know I said I wasn't happy with the tuners. I'm less happy with this. When you go to change the strings on this guitar, the ferrules do not stay in place. Quite frankly, they go flying out and go all over the place. Some stay on the strings, some you're not expecting it, and they go flying out. Jackson, Fender were kind enough to send me another set of ferrules. This is really no reason why this should happen every time that you change the strings on a guitar. The ferrules should stay in place. You shouldn't have to search for more or get more. So this is absolute nonsense when this happens. The other thing that I absolutely don't like about this guitar is and I will unplug this. You can see here, there is no hex nut on the jack here. The reason there's no hex nut is because it just keeps falling off no matter what. Yes, I could glue it on with Loctite, but I really don't like to do that. But I've changed washers, and everything else, and put the original one back on. That kept falling off. I put on different ones. They kept falling off. And it's just silly. It's like, why does this little 10 or to 30 cent piece cannot do its only job that it needs to do, which is just to kind of be a hex washer right over here. Now, the jack is in place nice and solid. It's not going anyplace, but I think it's nonsense that it seems from here, and here with the jack, things are just starting to fall apart. However, with that said, for roughly $230, you do get what you pay for. So overall, I'd say this guitar is pretty good. It is not my favorite. I like my PRS a lot more. I like my LTD a lot more. And I love my Solars way, 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 way more. But I'm only comparing those guitars to this particular Jackson Dinky. Jackson makes some great Dinkies at higher price ranges that have more craftsmanship and whatnot in them, or going into them, I should say. And those guitars are fine. I love a soloist. I really want to get one myself. That's kind of a dream guitar of mine. That's where Jackson really starts to excel with their product. This particular Dinky made in China is okay. Where I think this guitar would be fantastic would be for me 2.5 years ago when I was trying to relearn how to play. This guitar did the job. Thankfully, with practice, and a lot of energy and effort, I have become better and outgrown this guitar. So I think this is a great electric guitar for beginners of any age. And certainly, if you brought this guitar home for your kid, 10, 12, 14 years old or something like that, and they were showing an interest in music, and you dropped this Jackson Dinky, and you didn't have to drop that much money on the guitar, and you drop that in the kid's lap, they would probably really be digging it and really feel stoked and rad about getting this as a gift. So, the guitar definitely has its place in the guitar multiverse, if you will. As we become more advanced, not so much just me, but anybody out there, as you're practicing and you're getting better and better and better, this guitar probably isn't going to cut it. Now, with that said, the next phase of this review is the demo part. And again, my light just went out again. I don't know why it keeps doing that, so I'm just going to keep on going, though, is the demo of this guitar. So I put together a little 1 minute and 20 minute song. 1 minute and 20 second song. And the first part of it is all clean channels, so and I'm doing that with the neck pickup, and the second part of it is all distorted stuff, which I'm doing with the bridge pickup. This way you can hear how the guitar and the pickups and everything sound, and how it sits in the mix as well. What I'm using for this demo, I'm going through my my Engel SE Iron Ball amp, going through my cabinet that has it's a 4x12 with PV Valve King speakers in it, and the effect that I'm using on the guitar is an MXR chorus. So I hope you enjoyed this review in demo. Not my most favorable review, but again, I do have some good things to say about this guitar as well. And you know, stay well, stay safe, and now for the demo of it. Hope you enjoy it. Here we go.